Well, hello and good day to all of you wonderful viewers out there. Hi, I'm Awesome Joe, and thank you guys so much for taking in the time of your day to watching another episode of Awesome Joe's Play Back-to-Back Movie Reviews. And happy Halloween to everybody out there. I hope that everyone is having an awesome and fantastic Halloween today. I just go ahead and inform everyone to please be safe out there while having to going out there with your kids trick-or-treating. And watch out for those candies, making sure that they are fully safe and that you guys don't get hit by any passing by vehicles. And also wear really great costumes that people can see, not anything that can hide themselves away from getting themselves injured. So, but yes, it's going to be an awesome Halloween once more again. Last year it was a very cautious time because of the pandemic, but now that things are starting to getting a little bit more loose, more back to normal here. It's great getting to know that we can finally go back out to our normal traditions, which of course cases of celebrating Halloween. I don't like to celebrate it per se, but I really do love the idea of it. I love to get scared, like I said. Love watching scary movies. Love dressing up in fancy costumes. And I mean, this month of October has been a really huge treat for us, because not only did we get the sequel to 2018's Halloween Kills, we also got a really cool trailer of the new Scream movie that's coming out in January. And then a few days ago, I got another glimpse of a teaser trailer to the long-awaited, hopefully really good sequel, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. So I'm really excited to getting to seeing that one. I don't know when it's going to come out, but it says next year, so I'm really crossing my fingers that this will be a really good movie. And then having to have this series that we're going to be talking about today, the long-awaited series Chucky. I love the Chucky movies. I love every single one of them, including the 2019 rebooted version by Orion Pictures with Mark Hamill voicing the Chucky character rather than having it being Brad Dourif. But it was a nice little treat. I wasn't fully scared as the way that I really would have anticipated myself to being. Because I remember when I first saw the original Chucky movies when I was a kid. They terrified me completely. I was so scared. And even to this day, I don't get as scared as much as I was when I was a kid. It's just more fun now. When I was a kid, it's like, just crying my eyes out because I was just so scared out of my mind. But now it's just so fun to get scared. It's really, really fun. And I'm pretty sure that everyone who is a fanatic of the Halloween season, that they enjoy the same entertainment that you get off of a horror movie. So this franchise of Chucky is taking itself into a whole other different direction. It's within the same universe that we know from all the other Chucky movies besides the 2019 rebooted movie. All the way back to 1988 when the first original Chucky movie came out, and all the other ones after that. But now, instead of it being a movie or having it being a direct-to-video movie, we're now getting it as a TV series. And I actually am very fond of the TV series. I really do like it a lot because I can understand that Scream tried to doing it, and they lasted for like, 3 or 4 seasons. I never got to see either of those seasons, but I heard that it was an okay series. But when it comes to this one in particular, I find that Chucky is a great series. So far, we've only gotten the first 3 episodes, and that's what I'm going to be reviewing with you guys today. And then in my next video, when it comes to the Chucky series, I'll be discussing the following 3 series, because there's a total of 8. And then there will be the last one, which is going to be talking about the last 2 episodes. So it's a total of 8, and I'm really looking forward to getting to seeing what's going to happen. I mean, there's just so much that could happen. Nowadays things are actually appearing more popular as a series, because I love going to the movie theaters and getting to watching a movie. But then when you leave the theater and then the movie is over, you're like, okay, that's it. So now I have to wait if there is going to be a sequel, and if there is, I'm going to have to wait years down the line to seeing what happens next. But when it comes to the series, like Chucky per se, you get to see one episode in particular, and then at the end, if there's a cliffhanger, you get to wait next week which is much more sooner than waiting years down the line to seeing what happens next. And they did the same thing with the the Marvel movies, the Marvel TV shows on Disney Plus, and then along with the Mandalorian. It's getting really it's getting really good. It's getting really popular, being more of a TV series now than an actual film. So I'm really excited for this, having to get into talking about these first 3 episodes. It's going to be a short review. I'm going to try and talk about as much as I can possible. If you guys haven't watched this series just yet, go ahead and check it out. It is on the USA Network app on your Roku or a Fire Stick, whatever it is that you have. Check it out. It's on the USA Network Sci-Fi. And I promise you, if you're into horror, if you love the Chucky character, then I find that this series is not going to disappoint you guys. It's directed by returning Don Mancini, who did the Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky. So it's great getting to see that he's coming back, because he really does. He is very familiar with the character. He's very familiar with the Chucky world, and he does a really great job at it. He's had some ups and downs with several of the films lately, but he does very good at it. He does a really great job, and when it comes to this series, I mean, it's a great increase. I had a lot of fun with it, and there's just still so much more that's going to be happening that I just cannot wait. The last episode that we got on episode 3 ended with a cliffhanger, so I'm really excited to getting to seeing what happens next. You got the main character here, Jake Wheeler, played by Zachary Arthur, who is a 13-year-old who pronounces himself gay, and a lot of kids in school, including his dad and many others, are treating him very differently, picking on him, bullying him because of how he identifies himself as. So he's going through a whole lot, especially when it comes to being a teenager, by this bully girl character, Lexi Taylor, played by Aliva Allen Lind. And she does a really great job playing this bully character. She takes a little bit way too far in this series. And not only is she a very hateable character, but she does a really good job at it. But it appears that somewhere further down the line, it seems as though we're going to start liking this character a little bit more. There are several hints at throwing out there saying that how much this character is so hated on that she might get killed earlier on in the series. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems as though that this character is going to keep on going further on, probably until the ending of this season, or possibly even further on. But I do find that she is a really great character. She's a great actress, and she's playing the role really awesome. I hate this character so much, but it's because she's doing a good job. Then we get her boyfriend, who is Jake's cousin, Junior Weber, played by Teo Briones, and he's a little bit jealous. He's kind of a little bit under Lexi's league. And he gets a little bit jealous because she flirts around and she's just trying to be Miss Popular, Miss Know-It-All, and things like that. But he also hates his cousin because of who he is and who he identifies himself to being. So they're both exact opposites of each other, and they both hate each other because of their differences. And it seems as though there will be coming a time when those differences come to an equilibrium between the two characters. So if that's the case, based off of what I'm seeing, based off of my opinion, I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. But like I said, nobody really knows until these episodes do come out. And then you get this other character, Devin Evans, played by Jorgen Arnarsson. Forgive my pronunciation as always. I always fail at the pronunciation of these names. But yes, he plays a boy character who the main character, Jake Wheeler, has an enormous crush on. I don't know if this Devin Evans character is in the same level as Jake Wheeler, but it's still scratching the head as to what we're going to be doing with this character, as to what he's going to be ending up towards at the ending of this season. Then you also get this one's actually a really cool character, which I didn't even know that this character was a twin character, which is Logan and Luke Wheeler, which is played by Devin Saw. That I remember him off of the Final Destination movie, the first one. And when I saw him, I'm like, wow, this guy got older, but I recognize him very much. And he's playing the dad, and not only the dad, but the uncle. You know, they're playing he's playing twin brothers. And I think that he does really well in having to portray these two characters. I mean, I could have honestly felt like he actually did have a twin brother, but I mean, just because of CGI and then camera shots here and there, you can honestly tell that, you know, like, they can really push it in there saying that, oh wow, these two could actually be twin brothers. But it's great getting to seeing that and how great and talented that he is in this thing. When it comes to the Lexi character, she does have a baby sister, Caroline Batrick, which is played by Karina Batrick. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I think I said I did that wrong. But yeah, she's I think she's autistic. I believe. I think she's autistic. She's a very special child. And when she sees Chucky, she has a communications with the doll. She grows to feel that there is that best friend relationship with the Chucky doll. So, and not only that, do we also get the return of Brad Dourif voicing Chucky. I don't see anybody who could voice the Chucky doll. I mean, like I said, Mark Hamill did great in the 2019 movie. I have nothing against it. I think he did fantastic. But Brad Dourif is the guy. He is the guy. He's the one who gave us this awesome, great slasher villain, bad guy, killer doll that we all gotten to know and love within the last 33 years, ever since the first Chucky movie. So it's great getting to know that he's coming back every single time that there's ever a Chucky project. You know, and there's going to be several other characters that came out in the recent films that are going to be popping up into this. You know, you got Tiffany that was in Bride and Seed of Chucky. Then you get Andy Barclay from the original first 3 movies. Nika from the recent 2 films. And then Kyle from the second movie, which is pretty much almost everybody's favorite Chucky movie. So it's great getting to know that there's going to be a lot of these characters coming back. You know, I guess you could say it's some sort of Chucky Endgame version of this show. This show, from what I've been hearing, is that because there's this secret agenda that Chucky has that he hasn't even revealed just yet as to why he's back in his hometown. Who is his main motive into killing? It seems as though it looks like it's lurking towards this Lexi character. As to how, I'm not entirely quite sure just yet, but I know that it's going to be one of these individual characters that have already been introduced into this series that could be Chucky's main motive as to why he's back in his hometown. So I'm really looking forward and interested into getting to seeing what his motives are in this series. Like, who is he really after? He even says it in this show that he has an idea, he has a plan as to what he's going to do. He has other plans for somebody else. And so far we haven't known just yet. He even brings up about how much he has a kid who's a transsexual, which they cannot say the name because based off of Universal contracts stating that because since a lot of people weren't very fond of the idea of Chucky having his own child and the way the child was portrayed in the Seed of Chucky movie, which was the lowest Chucky movie ever made, one of the far worst, they said that we cannot bring that up, otherwise it's going to lower the expectations of the series. So they went ahead and said, don't involve this character at all whatsoever. You can mention, but you cannot identify who you are talking about. So I guess that's what they were trying to do, and they did that. And us being fans of the movies, we know immediately as to whom he's talking about here. The series does start off with this POV version. That's like the scariest thing for me, is the POV version. You see that in the Halloween movies with Michael Myers. Then you get the same thing of this in the Seed of Chucky. The POV thing, along with the heavy breathing, running across the hallway or up the stairs, that really freaks me out. That really freaks me out, making me feel like as if that's actually literally happening in my own home. So And then the opening titles are phenomenal. I really do like the opening titles. Each individual episode gets its own individual opening titles. I mean, like the first one was a whole bunch of dolls forming into the Chucky title. Then the second one was a bunch of kitchen knives. Then the third one was dealing with gardening tools. So I'm really curious getting to finding out in the next set of episodes what their opening titles are going to be like. And of course, like in the trailer that we remember, we see Chucky being bought by Jake Wheeler's by that character at a yard sale. And I noticed that there is this red-coated woman just walking right past the entire yard sale, and I'm like thinking, I'm assuming that's Tiffany. I caught it. I caught it right away. That's a really quick little Easter egg that's probably going to be identified later on in this series, saying that, oh, well, it was a plan all along. We intended for you to buy this doll at the yard sale. In which cases, of course, that's what actually happened. So it's great getting to know how they fit everything together. I can't wait to see how all these other characters are going to click all together in this season. And if there are future seasons ahead, you know, having to know how successful this season is so far, I am pretty sure that there will be more seasons to come. And, you know, when it comes to the first episode, we already know that this one is going to be a little slow-based. Why? Because we have to have some story and character development. That is going to be happening. But within everything that's going on there, it's because of Chucky acknowledging these characters. Not only just for the audience's attention, but for the doll as well. And why? Because we bring it up to which is also in the trailer as well, too, the talent show. The talent show. Once when Jake finds out that because he gets a phone call from Andy, it's not identified as Andy, but we recognize the voice saying, "Oh, have you checked the batteries in the doll yet?" Because yeah, he's making the doll voice, and he's moving the mouth and laughing and everything like that, like what any normal good guy doll would do. But have you checked the batteries? So he checks the batteries, and it shows that he does not have any batteries, in reference to what we saw with Andy's mom in the first movie. There's a lot of references to what goes on in this series based off of the original movies that we all know and love. So it's great getting to know how they added all that into there. I really do admire that very much. So this talent show, this is something that we were really looking forward towards, because you get Jake, who's holding the Chucky doll, and makes it look like a ventriloquist act, and it does very well, having to speak out what Chucky has been witnessing throughout the entire episode, stating on how some characters have secrets, some characters who they are behind doors, some characters who are good or bad, or some sorts, including the Jake character. So I really did admire that. It's sort of Chucky introducing himself to the people of his hometown, that he's back and get ready because there's going to be a lot of killing going on. And so far, when it comes to the kills, I could tell that each individual episode is only involving one kill at a time. There's only one kill per episode so far. I don't know if there's going to be an episode to where he's killing more than just one. So the first kill in the first episode, it actually reveals to being Jake's dad, who gets electrocuted, which I think that this is really unique. When I saw it, I will have to admit, it did not look ridiculous to me. It did not. I actually liked it. It was a great, unique way, because Chucky, he's not just a doll who likes to go up and starts stabbing people with knives. No, he does everything very, very unique and artistic. And what he does here, I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining, and it was just, I mean, like I said, it was just unique. It was a great way for, in a way on how you can, kill off one of the characters. So that's what he did by throwing up the whiskey from the whiskey bottle that the dad was drinking, and setting him, electrocuting himself with the fuse box. So I thought that was really good. That was an excellent kill idea. So that's what they did here. And it's like, we're not getting a thrill of people dying. It's just, because we all know it's just a movie, it's just a TV show. So, these people are not literally dying. It doesn't identify the very darkness within ourselves. No, it's just we know it's a fun, entertaining movie. Like we said, we like to get scared. We love the thrill of being terrified of what's going to be happening, what's going on, what is it leading itself towards. And the puppeteering, wow. I mean, you could tell it's all puppeteerized. They even said, too, that the majority of the Chucky characters are all going to be pupperized. It's not going to be CGI'd in or anything like that. There's going to be several sorts of CGI added into the movements of Chucky, but the majority of it all is going to be puppeteering, and you can notice it, but it doesn't take you out of the series. It doesn't take you out at all. It doesn't make you feel as if though, I'm not believing what I'm seeing. No, you really do believe what you're seeing here. I mean, it gives you the same thrill of what you get from the first several Chucky movies. So it was great. I really do have faith in these people that they know what they're doing and it's getting done the right way. And when it comes to the second episode, it's more of a Halloween episode. You get this little flashback of Chucky, or when he was Charles as a little boy. How much he was loved by his mom and his parents, having this really cool birthday party, things like that. Going out trick-or-treating in a clown costume, collecting so much candy, but he finds this green apple with a razor blade in it. Of course, we all know that folk tale of that's why be careful with what your kids get. You got to check all their candy. You got to check everything that they get from people's homes. So, but it's great getting to know how psychotic this Charles character is, the child version. And even though that he notices the blade in the apple, he still takes a bite out of it, and that just puts you in a position of wondering, okay, how did Chucky become being Chucky? How did Charles become this serial killer? Which, of course, it is explained in the third episode. But I really do like the second episode a lot, because the way and how, because Chucky, he leaves and goes off trick-or-treating on his own with a Hello Kitty mask, of course, that we see in the trailers. And the way that he just walks down the street along with all the other fellow trick-or-treaters is just so cute. It's cute. It was so believable. Even though we know that this is played by a stunt actor, it was just the walk was just believable. I couldn't believe it. It was just so great. And one of the character, not a character per se, but more of a background character in the second episode gets killed off, which is the housemaid. She finds that the kitchen knives are turned upside over to where the knives itself are pointing up in the dishwasher, and Chucky set them up that way, and having to just pushing her just a little push, and she gets stabbed by all the knives, dying. And he tells Jake that it's not him. He didn't do that. And I'm like thinking, okay, is there something going up here, or is he just lying? Of course, he's just lying. But for a minute there, I felt like, is there something else that's up? Is there something else that's happening here that I'm not aware of? Is there something that's going to be, some sort of secret that's going to be revealed later on? Because remember, in Cult of Chucky, there's not just one Chucky. There's like many of them, of course, a cult. So I'm thinking, is there more than just one Chucky out there? If so, then I mean, we're gonna have more than just one going on in this series. And I don't know, like, to me, that right there kind of pulls me away. I would like to just focus more on just one Chucky at a time, knowing that there are several others out there, but I'd say one Chucky at a time really pulls me into the series, and believing that we're only focusing on this one in particular doll and that doll alone. But like I said before, this character Lexi, who is a big bully to Jake, she does this stupid prank that I believe and I'm sure everybody else will, when I say that this prank was really over the boundaries. It was really cruel, very crucial. I mean, even your average normal bully would say that's just wrong. When she dresses up as like Jake's dad and acting like getting electrocuted the way that he got killed off in the last episode. And I mean, it's just like, yeah, that was just wrong. That was just messed up. And then all the other kids are laughing. I'm like, I just don't see how kids can find that funny. I mean, you're laughing about somebody who just died. And I don't know, that was just wrong. That was just really, really messed up. But like I said, you're supposed to hate the Lexi character, and she does a really good job at it. And because of that, yes, of course, we're going to hate this character, but I feel like since this character is going to be alive for a certain amount of time, I don't know how long, but within that time, I'm sure we're going to be liking this character further down the road. And the plan, because since Jake feels very threatened by Lexi, he's a 13-year-old kid, and him being bullied, of course, the first thing he's going to be thinking about, especially having it being manipulated by Chucky, is it's time to kill her. She is supposed to die. People are meant to die. And I'm just like, wow, man, this kid is really, really being turned over to the dark side really fast. And, he gets a knife and he's just being manipulated by Chucky through and through, teaching him as to how it feels when you have that first kill. He tells his story on how he did his first kill with these flashbacks as to what was going on, what went down. And you're like thinking maybe, okay, he was raised in a very violent home. His parents abused him. He was bullied in school. But no, unfortunately, it took a twist and turn. Instead of him being brought into the world of being a serial killer, he was born as one. He just needed, like he said it in the episode, he just needed a little push. Sounds a little bit like the Joker from The Dark Knight. That's what it reminded me when I heard him say that. But yeah, that flashback first kill, I wasn't impressed by it, but I felt like it should have been a little bit different and unique. I was thinking maybe because there was a killer going around at that time when he was a kid, killing his dad, and then it reveals that he kills his mom to help that serial killer off, and the serial killer lets him off, telling him, you got guts, kid, I'll give you that, and this and that, and I'm thinking maybe he's gonna take him and raise him and train him to being a serial killer. But then I'm also thinking too, what if Charles Lee Ray, Chucky, is actually the soul transfer of this serial killer. The original Charles Lee Ray is killed off, and this serial killer's soul is put into the Charles Lee Ray character, and then that soul being transferred as well into the Chucky doll. So that's what I was thinking. Like that those type of ideas would have been really good, very fascinating, very unique. I would have really loved that, but that didn't happen. Instead, we just got the whole born to do this thing, and so that's what happened. But like I said, I wasn't really fascinated with that reveal. I was kind of hoping of something a little bit special, but of course that didn't take place. And like I said, when it comes to the sister, she's very fond of the Chucky doll. She finds this doll to being her new best friend, and he wants that doll so much that the sister, Lexi, goes ahead and apologizes, even though she doesn't mean it and she doesn't want to, but she apologizes to the Jake character. And when Jake refuses, she's just, she acts like a spoiled brat because she didn't get what she wanted. I'm like, okay, get over it. You can't have everything that you want, little girl. But eventually, Chucky goes ahead and convinces him to go ahead and give him up so that way he can do the job for him to killing Lexi. Finally, there has to be a certain in particular reason why Chucky wants Lexi to get killed. I don't know what it is, but it seems as though it is leading towards something that we are not familiarized with just yet. I like this headphone party thing that they were doing. It's kind of boring if you were to take the headphones off, but I guess it's a new modern thing that kids are doing now. You have a headphone on, playing loud music, as if so that way you never get the cops called and for complaints of loud, disturbing music, things like that. So I find it to being a really interesting idea. Like I said, I don't know if it's a modern day thing. I don't know what kids do anymore nowadays. But like I said, Chucky does have something up his sleeve. So he's intending to do something that is part of his completion anxiety, which he mentions in this series, and what Nika mentions as well too in The Curse of Chucky. So it looks as though that there are a lot of loose ends that he is trying to cut the threads off of, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen, because he does reveal himself to Lexi, being in the middle of killing her, that he is alive and he is he is doing all that it takes. All that it takes enough to where that house is already caught on fire by the little set of weed that Lexi was smoking before she was attacked by Chucky. And the kicking feet. I love the kicking feet that Chucky does. It's in reference to Child's Play 2, and it makes the doll look more realistic. Like, I mean, it looks really, really cool. I really did love it. So that episode ends off in a cliffhanger where the house is on fire. Chucky is just laughing with pure exhilaration, while Lexi is fully terrified of having to acknowledge that the doll is alive and that she's about to die. But based off of images and the trailers that we've seen, that there are several that identify that there's still more to this Lexi character than we know. So we're going to be getting to seeing more as to what's going to happen further down the road, which I'm going to be talking about after the next 3 episodes. So that's going to be my review, my series review for Chucky, the first 3 episodes, 1, 2, and 3. What do you guys think? If you guys have not watched these episodes just yet, check it out on the USA Network app, on your Roku Fire Stick, or on your cell phone, or even on the Sci-Fi Channel USA Network. I found that the first 2 episodes were on YouTube, the entire full episode, so you can check them out there as well. Not the 3rd episode, though. I guess the first 2 were just a little treat. But yeah, I really do admire these episodes very much. They're really, really good. A great addition to the Chucky world. Of course, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 96%, and I enjoyed it just enough, giving it a 94%. It's a really great, fascinating series. And like I said, if you guys haven't watched it, go and check it out, and then come back and become part of this awesome conversation. Because I love to talk about movies and TV shows, but most importantly, I love to talk about them with you. And don't forget that you can check out some more of my videos on Facebook and on YouTube. Just look me up at Awesome Joe Movie Reviews. Don't forget to click on that like and subscribe button there, you guys. I really do appreciate everybody supporting and helping out with my channel. It's a huge personal hobby of mine, and I love to share it amongst all of you wonderful viewers out there. Once more again, happy Halloween. Be safe, be careful, have a fun time. Stay alert, stay focused. I'm pretty sure everyone is going to dress up and look really awesome in your costumes. So I don't have a costume this year. Last year I was Iron Man, and it was fun, but I just didn't want to waste my breath wearing it all, because that outfit was really uncomfortable. And I didn't want to wear it again unless if it was absolutely necessary. But anyways, you guys, I'm Awesome Joe. Keep on living the dream, and as always, stay awesome. Thanks you guys once more again, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye.